Peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with a second video of the day. So this is gonna be the second one, and this one's gonna be titled "Don't Worry." Well, don't focus on the few that's close to you. Focus on the many that you're about to inspire that you don't even know. Don't focus on the few that's close to you. Worry about the many that you're about to inspire that you don't even know. So I'm talking about sometimes when we're doing things and we want to pursue things, we get caught up and we get in our feelings because the people that's closest to us might not understand our journey. They might not understand what we're saying or what we're trying to do and what God has intended for us on the path. And sometimes they just don't believe in the vision. That's just the honest reality of that as well. So it could be either all those things or it could be other things, but it's usually some of those things about the people. When it comes to the people closest to us, they either just don't believe in the vision, they don't believe in what you're saying, or they just can't see what God has intended to you, so they can't see the vision that you can see for your path. And sometimes you're not going to get that support from those that's closest to you, and that can discourage you a lot of times from doing what you're supposed to be doing as your purpose on this earth and other planes of existence that we are on as well at the same time. So this message is to help somebody out there or help the people out there. If there's more than one person that needs to hear this, and sometimes I have to remind myself of this as well, is to remember that you can't take that personal and think that you don't have an important message or you don't have an important gift or talent to get to the world because those that's closest to you are not seeing the gift and the talent that you possess. A lot of times it's not because they don't see your gift or your talent. A lot of times it's because they just know you and they're so used to knowing you that they don't think that they gotta go hard to support you because they're your brother, your sister, your best friend or whatever. Sometimes it can be jealousy. Sometimes that we can't rule that out. Sometimes it can be that they don't want to, see you doing better than them. And like I said, a lot of times it's just that familiarity thing about they knew you for years, and they just look at you like, oh, that's my little brother, that's my sister, that's my cousin, that's my whatever the case is, and they just don't take it. Somebody always wild. They just don't take it like that as far as like putting you out there and posting you up or telling people what you got going on. And like I said, you're gonna take that personal a lot of times, which is understandable. And some people let that stop them from what they're supposed to be doing. And that's why I'm telling you this message. You're not supposed to let that stop you from pursuing what you're supposed to be doing, because there's many other people in the world besides the people that's closest to you. The world is way bigger than just that 5 or 10 people or 15 or 20 people that is in our closest or immediate family or immediate circle of friends, and we just relying on them. And then when we see that they're not supporting or going as hard for our dream as we think they should be, we think that that's the end all be all, and we got to get out of that mindset. The world is so bigger than that, and there's so many people and connections out there that we can't limit ourselves to just thinking that we can only make it if those closest to us support us. So we got to get popping in our neighborhood first and all this stuff that we tell ourselves. And we making up more lies and more obstacles and unnecessary things for us to overcome. And that takes away from your confidence little by little, because the more you're thinking about that, you're taking away from all the time you could be putting in to strengthen your abilities, your talents, your gifts, everything that you're designed to be doing on this purpose. You're designed to be doing on this path for your purpose in this lifetime. And you're taking away from that when you're in your head too much. You're worrying about this. You're worrying about what they doing, why they not supporting this. Then you're looking at the people they are supporting. Then that's taking away from all your confidence. Now it's taking away from your time. Now you're worrying about if you even have this gift, if you even have this ability, if you even have this talent, or why you felt that you was good enough to even put yourself out there with it. So you start going into all that stuff, and then that gets you out of alignment. And that's just why I'm trying to tell people that you got to remember that the world is so much bigger than those people. Yeah, it's going to affect you, and it's a mind trip how you can inspire others that you don't even know, but you can't get those same people closer to you to take the message or to take their advice or to take your guidance or to go along with you on the path to your dream. But others that you barely don't know could just hear your song or see your vision or see your production or whatever the case is, or see your writing or your paintings or whatever it is, or hear you speak the word, and they could immediately see the light in you. They could immediately see the gift in you. They could immediately see all of that in you off the rip. Because like I said, it's not a familiarity thing, because those strangers don't know you, so they don't have no bias. They don't have nothing to gain from you. Don't have nothing to get off of you, but just really acknowledging your gift and your talent for what it is, and as it should be acknowledged. So automatically they're going to show you love. They're going to let you know. They're going to post it up. They have no problem. Versus the people that know you, the familiarity, sometimes it's the biasness. They don't want to go hard. They don't want to be on you. They know you. They feel like, oh, well, you know, they don't have to go that hard because they know you. It'd be all type of stuff. Like I said, it could be a little jealousy things too as well, but it'd be that type of stuff too. So we can't take it personal or always rely on those people or think that that's the end all be all and you have no right to pursue yourself in that way or put yourself out there, because they might not be seeing your vision or they're not pushing it as hard as you are. That's just a step. That's just a stepping stone. A stepping stone for you to prove to yourself that you know exactly where you could put yourself in life and where you're supposed to be and the levels that you could reach. So that's a stepping stone, and that's back to the first video I said about when stuff knocks you down, just use that as a tool to learn how to get back up. This is the same thing. So those hurt feelings and all that you see from the people that's not pushing in your dream or your passion or your talent or your gift or your abilities as much as you think they should be, or be backing you as much as they should be because they know you and they're close to you, though, that's going to be the same fuel that make you go harder for your dream. That's going to be the same thing that actually make you alchemize that dream into reality. And if you, thank you, God, thank you. I almost forgot it. Thank you. I almost forgot this, but this is very key. That also relates to comfortability too. The familiarity and the comfortability. Because let's be honest, if those people is supporting you that's closest to you and they bigging you up and they blowing your head up and they blowing smoke up your behind and they just post you everywhere, a lot of us gonna get comfortable and think that, oh yeah, we good or we got it, or we get big-headed sometimes thinking that, yo, we don't need to go as hard because everybody behind us, and that could stunt your growth. So this is what I mean. Sometimes we can't take it, not even sometimes we can't take it personal when people do that closest to us, because it's deeper reasons of why God, the universe, and ancestors has that happening. Because like I say, you're gonna get comfortable a lot of times if those people are just supporting you, they all up your behind and push you. It's a great thing. But a lot of people get comfortable and they just get comfortable and they don't want to go to no other level because they like, oh, I'm good. I got the hood behind me. I got the people behind me. I got my people behind me. And you see a lot of people get comfortable like that and they think that that's the highest or that's the only height that they could reach. When it's like, nah, we trying to get global. We trying to get the message out of there. Out here everywhere. We trying to get everybody to pay attention. We trying to get everybody to ascend and get out of here on their soul mission. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta remember that too, and remember that's a stepping stone in order to help you go harder to make that dream come true, and so you can also push your message out there to the masses, not just people that you know and just the area where you at, to the masses. Because when the masses get a hold of it, they tell somebody else, and then they tell somebody else, and they keep on going. And before you know, your message, your gift, your talents, your dreams, whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, is now everywhere. And not everybody can learn from you. Not everybody can be inspired by you. Not everybody. So yes, it's going to be a mind trip. And Kendrick Lamar brought this up before in an interview a few years ago when he came out with To Pimp a Butterfly, which is one of my favorite albums. And he brought that point up about, I think it was the song You. That's one of my favorite songs on the album too. It's very deep. But it was like a poetic song, jazz type beat theme. But he basically in the song was saying how it was a mind trip of how he couldn't inspire the whole world, but he couldn't inspire his sister and everybody that was closest to him. So it made him feel like a failure, and it made him feel like he had that, I think, what is this? It's not Stockholm Syndrome, imposter syndrome. Excuse me. Thank you. That's the Stockholm Syndrome. He had imposter syndrome. So he started feeling that and started feeling guilty as if he wasn't worthy of this title of this king leader, conscious leader that everybody was crowning him as, and not only in the rap community, but just in the world as overall, because he was winning big wars like Pulitzer Prizes, and he was talking about a lot of topics that was bringing a lot of attention to a lot of issues that was going on at that time in the world. So he didn't feel worthy because of that. He didn't feel worthy of those titles and of that acknowledgement because he felt like he couldn't reach the people back home that was closest to him, or his sister who got pregnant young, or he felt like he wasn't worthy of that. He felt like a failure. And this is what I'm saying about a lot of times we get caught up in that if we feel like we can't reach those closest to us, or we can't get them to go with us along the journey or see our vision, and we think that our vision is not important and we don't push ourselves out there. And that's one of the things that happened to him, where he felt he wasn't worthy of all his fame and his accolades and everything, because he could, even though his message reached the world and everybody like, yo, you the greatest, you this, you a leader. He felt like a failure because he couldn't get that same message to be reached by his sister and people home in Compton. It's the same thing with us as well when we're with people closest to us. But we can't get caught up in that, and we have to remember that our message is much bigger and deeper than just the people that surround us. And it's totally fine that we can't reach those people closest to us because they might not understand it now. But I guarantee we have to push it out to the masses, because those are the people that really, 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 really need to hear this message and really, really need to be led by you, or really need to see your gifts, your talents, really need to see your pain, really need to see anything that you're supposed to be doing. The world needs to see that. So those people is just going to be a stepping stone for you that's going to fuel you to show and prove to yourself that they're going to regret not being behind whatever you're doing. They're going to regret getting on the train late. And that's what usually happens with a lot of people that end up in the public eye and end up making it to the levels that they make it to. But they only made it when they didn't let that stop them of not getting the proper pushing or the support from those that's closest to them, whether it's friends or family. They didn't care. They knew that they had something special, and the God, the universe, and the ancestors was telling them. So they let themselves be led to continue to put themselves out to the world. And when you do that, the right people pop up on your path. The right people magnetize to you. As long as you're putting the right intentions and the right energy out there, you will get the tribe that you're intended to have and intended to be a part of. Because it's out there. We just got to put, same way when people send a signal out, we got to put the same signal out energetically into the universe so they can be led to us and they can pick up the signal, and then we could do what we're supposed to be doing. And you playing your part and they playing their part as well. So just remember that. Don't get discouraged by that, worrying about who's supporting you that's closest, or why they're not doing this, or why they're supporting them people and you knew them. Don't worry about that. Let that be motivation and fuel to the fire of you pushing out your dream and showing and proving to yourself that they're gonna regret that they didn't get behind or see your vision. And like I said, sometimes not personal. It's a familiarity thing. They know you. They're not gonna go as hard. But a stranger that don't know you, don't have no bias, they don't have nothing to gain from you, they have nothing to take from you. They just only can acknowledge your light, your gifts, your talents, your abilities. They can acknowledge that without no biasness. They don't have no jealousy, no nothing. They just really, really, really down for your mission. And sometimes those close to you, it's a familiar thing, and all those little bias stuff comes into play when it comes to the support and get behind you. So don't take it personal. Just use that as a stepping stone to push your message, to push what you're supposed to be doing out there. And, you're going to reach the people that you're supposed to reach. So just remember that just because you can't reach the people close to you, that don't mean that you don't have something important to do for the masses to witness, because we have many people that's out there in the masses that are looking for us and they're waiting for us to step into our positions of power in order to keep this thing going and keep the wheel turning. Each one teach one. One hand washes the other, and we have to keep that wheel going. So in order to do that, we have to tap into those things and acknowledge that. So just remember that, man, that your message is important, and you got a deeper mission, rather. You got a deeper mission than you think you do. So always remember that. So peace and blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all always. Keep doing your thing. Like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing you can do is crawl to your destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all always. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate y'all support. And to the next topic, peace.